guys? Back with the fresh vinyl review. Today we're doing a gigantic review. We're looking at a gigantic figure, and it is the X-Plus Gigantic Series King-Goji Godzilla 1962 from the 1962 film King Kong vs. Godzilla. Bam! So check it out. Here's the box. Get a look at it while it lasts, because I'm going to cut it up. I'm going to cut the box art out here. But the box art is your typical Gigantic Series box art, with the exception of the Yuji Sakai Godzilla 2000 maquette that came out. That was kind of like a 30 centimeter box. Anyway, boom! You got the silhouette of Godzilla. Well, no, it's not a silhouette. Basic drawing here. The King-Goji, the actual figure. Black on brown box. Basic, you know, you got X-Plus, basic information, yada, yada, yada. Plain and simple. Inside, it's got some styrofoam to protect the King-Goji's big ass. And that's it. And that is the box. We're going to go look at the figure. It is a beautiful figure. So, here we go. Whew. Bam! Here we go. The X-Plus Gigantic Series Godzilla 1962 from King Kong vs. Godzilla. Oh my word. Woo boy. Isn't he a big boy? He is a big son of a bitch, isn't he? Yes, he is. Shake your head yes and agree with me. We're going to have ourselves a little nod along. Oh, boy. So, check it out. First thing that I'm going to say, if you guys are watching this and you follow me on Facebook and all that other stuff in the X-Plus group, I will say I had the privilege, along with a couple of friends, when we went to Japan in November, December 2015, we got to see this figure in the clay form. If you watch my unboxing video, you saw the pictures there. There's posted two of them. And it's just like you're able to see this figure in the clay form. You know, it wasn't even finished. There still needed to be details done on the face and everything. And it's like you're seeing the stuff that we collect here, you know, being born, coming to life. It was amazing. It was nuts. It was like, I remember walking in that room and like, oh my God, look at this. It is big, it is beautiful, and it is brand new sculpt, doesn't exist prior, as far as I know. You know, it was, like I said, it was in clay form, okay? So, enough about that. This figure just dropped, like I said, July 2016. It is wonderful. He stands about 46 centimeters tall. Yes, this is the standard version. You're like, oh, how come you didn't go Rick? Because I just didn't really dig the blue fins. This does not need blue fins to be a powerful looking figure. And I love the standard. And I'll tell you what, it was probably I think it was the hardest decision I had to make for going standard or to Ricket. And, you know, my gut was telling me go standard, you know, but I was like, man, I'm like, I love the blue fins. You know, blue is awesome. You know, on the 64, the 2001, where is he? Somewhere over here. And this needed just to be standard for me, okay? So, you guys that are sitting there watching this, that have it, you know, Rick or not, the figure is beautiful. The sculpt, it's massive. He's detailed. He's got grooves all over the place of his, you know, tree bark-like skin. The paint job, it's as perfect as it can be for what, you know, Godzilla looked like in the film. You know, charcoal grays, highlight grays on the dorsal plates and the toes and the fingernails and all that good stuff. The face looks beautiful. Look at the face. I can't even get in front of him right now to see the face, but you guys look at it. Look at it on your desk, your shelf, whatever. It's beautiful. Now, yeah, somebody told me he looks like Cookie Monster. Yeah, he's kind of goofy looking from some angles, but from some other angles, he's menacing looking. He's monstrous. He's, you know, he's just hell-bent on a path of destruction, okay? But I love this figure. The 62 is one of my top favorites. You can't go wrong. This is also the first Showa Gigantic Series released, as the first was a Millennium Series, followed by the Gigantic Series Burning Godzilla from the Heisei series, and we went back to Millennium Series with the Godzilla 2000. So now we get a Showa Godzilla 1962. It is beautiful. It is big. Wow. Oh, let's talk about some of the issues that we had on release. I talked about this in the unboxing video. The arm was squished in. It was like it was sucked in. Okay, maybe because of when the figures are going on the airplanes and the altitude changes, and, you know, it's sitting in a box sealed, and, you know, that pressure, it sucked it in. Plus, it's summertime with the heat, so the arm was sucked in. A couple guys had their tails squished in, but, you know, there was a fix. You just have to, you know, cut out the little tab around the tail, pull out some of the foam, heat it up with a hairdryer, and Josh Shelton, I think you did it, or was it Christopher Lee? You guys had problems, I know, but it was fixable. I don't know if on every case. Jamie Davis, you had a problem too with the tail. No, I think, yeah, those guys had problems with the figure. One was the arm and two with the tail. Okay, so yeah, should we have that happening? Have that happening on a $400+ figure? No, but it happens. Nothing is perfect. This is not the only toy line that's expensive around the world that people have problems. I've heard there's problems with Sideshow Collectibles and their figures and Hot Toys and whatnot. It happens, people. But we find a way to get through it. You fix it. You get it replaced. Be through the retailer you bought it from, and they make it right. Okay, so a couple things to be wary of, but most cases, reports that are coming in, everybody's got a good figure, and it's the way it should be. Okay. So the figure's big. He's massive. Lots of detail. I've said this already. The face is beautiful. The eyes look good. Teeth are all individually sculpted. You got to put the tail on right out of the box, like we all know. Okay, I mean, really, what else can I tell you that you guys don't already know? It's more of an opinion here. Is there any seams? Yeah, there's a couple of seams around the arms here. Not a big deal. I didn't really notice them until I started really giving the figure a good look over. Not a big deal. The legs, there's the seams around the thighs and whatnot. Again, they're really hidden well because of this very deep groove tree bark skin that Godzilla has. So the skin texture here makes the seams go invisible. Another feature I love about this figure and most X-Plus figures is that they replicate the suit. So if you look over here on the back, over the shoulders and the arms and the forearms, it's very baggy. You could see that it looks, like kind of pushed in because that's how the suit looked, because the suit was very baggy, it was very bulky and big. It's a little bit here on the thighs and whatnot. So that looks great. I even like the bottom of the feet. I didn't take a picture, but look at the bottom of your feet. Even the bottom of the feet, you got textures as if, that's exactly how the feet would look on the suit, real life, whatever. Okay? Tail swoops around the back and everything really nice. Make sure when you get your hairdryer out, you heat up Godzilla's butt here. Get them all nice and squishy soft. Ooh, yeah, on his buttocks. And you get the tail right in. I had no problem getting the tail in. Heated them up. Heated the butt up for about 2 minutes. Got the tail on. Good to go. No issues. I don't know. Now, I know the tail has foam in it based off of other people posted pictures, from when they got it, when they had a couple problems with the tail. But I don't know if the legs, I think the legs do, yeah. It feels pretty solid. But this figure is bulky. He's not going to have a standing problem. Now, I don't know where I put it, but this figure did come with a tail stand. You don't need it. They gave you the same tail stand that came with the Yuji Sakai Godzilla 2001 and the Yuji Sakai Godzilla 91. It's the same tail stand. You put it in the front, and it just leans him forward a little bit. I'm not going to use it. I don't need it. He stands just fine if you ask me, and if you move him forward, I don't know. I like the way he's angled just like that without the stand. Your prerogative, use it or not, but it's there. He doesn't need it. So, what else about this figure? Because I could sit here and yak about it. Just look at it. You guys know what I'm talking about. So, I love it. It is definitely certified fresh. Yeah, I scream. 10. Let's see. What should we rate? I haven't rated a figure in a while. At a scale out of 10, what do you guys think? Leave it in the comment section. I definitely say a 9.5 out of 10. Only because because of the few issues that were upon release. But this is a great release, solid release. Also, something else to think about. This is not stylized either. Unlike the Burning Godzilla and the Godzilla 2001, the GMK, okay? This is not stylized. So, and I'm not complaining. I think it looks beautiful. It's big. It's beautiful. Oh, I love him. All right? Certified fresh, as we said. Oh, another thing that I thought about, he doesn't really stink. He didn't smell, especially for a figure that came out in summertime, he did not stink at all. Nothing like the Burning Godzilla. That guy stunk. Boy, it's like he ran through a pit of fresh vinyl or something. He smells funky smelling fresh vinyl. Bad poisonous fresh vinyl. No, I love it. Yeah. Okay. What else? Did I miss anything here? No, I didn't. You guys all know what I'm talking about. Enjoy your fresh vinyl. Can we talk about the price? It's like $400. Okay. So everybody is like, oh, how much? It's start saving you pennies. You missed it on the pre-order. You're going to have a hard time probably getting this figure. The price is going to go up immediately. So before we go, let's do a little comparison here. We got the 25 centimeter Godzilla 62, okay? And then we got the Rick exclusive Godzilla 62. This one lights up. This is not diamond reissue. So, you know, it's kind of crazy. The Gigantic makes the 30 look like a 25 centimeter. The Gigantic makes the 25 centimeter look like a freaking SD figure. Ha! Look at this. We're raising the bars with 62s here. Love it. Bam. Now, who was it? One of my buddies said that, you know, X-Plus really effed up with the 25 centimeter 62. His face is all wrong. But we got a solid 30 centimeter. Love this one. And we got an amazing Gigantic Series Godzilla 62. So that wraps up the lineup there with the Godzilla 62s. You got 25, 30, and Gigantic. Bam. Okay? So that's it. That wraps my review. Mostly my opinion. You know, you guys don't need me to tell you all the good things about these figures anyway. So thank you for watching. I will see you on my next Fresh Vinyl review. Bam!